last video, we talked about how we can claim the door. In this video, we're going to talk about a way that we can create a positive association for Abby here when visitors arrive. Now, I have the 6 high-value Tricky Trainer treats in my hand. What we're going to do is, again, the dogs are not going to be allowed towards the door, so that extra distance will help them feel less intense about the arrival. Once the visitor comes in, I would have you hand them these treats. And what we're going to do is basically, as the guest, once the guest crosses this threshold, I'm going to have you, when I walk forward, I'm going to have you start walking backwards. So I'm going to basically just do this. As the guest comes in, they're going to drop a treat, drop a treat. I'm not going to let you have that, sorry. Drop a treat, drop a treat. So, come here, sweetheart. Come here. There you go. I don't want you to get these treats, so I'm going to pick you up. Okay, so once the guest has come in and dropped these treats, what I would have one of you guys do is have Abby on a leash, like she is now. So what we're going to do is you or Abby's guardian is going to take the leash, is going to have Abby on the leash, so maybe you would step up, you'd be over in the kitchen when the people come in. Well, the person's going to go drop those treats and then go sit down on the couch. They should do it in kind of a slower, not slow motion, but just mellow, not too fast. Then what we're going to do is we're going to bring Abby here, and we're going to lead Abby to where these treats are. Now we'll see if we can get Abby to take a treat. Hi, Abby. Now, Abby is a little bit fearful, so she's not interested in taking the treat. We'll see if we can get her to take one. Now, the guest is going to be far away. There we go. Let's try that one more time. If I drop it right in front of your face. Well, okay, I'll just pantomime. So what you're going to do is the guardian is going to walk the dog to each one of these treats, and then we're going to go sit down on the couch. Now, once we go, after the dog has gotten all the treats, now the dog should feel more comfortable when it's one of their handlers. I've known the dog for an hour and a half and barely can get her to take treats out of my house, out of my hand. So her guardians, it's going to be a lot easier for her to deal with this. There we go. She feels a little bit better, but you can tell she's stiff and she's anxious. So then what we're going to do is after she's gotten all the treats, we're going to come over. If she's calm like this and she's not barking, then the guardian's just going to drop the leash and take a seat on the couch, and we're just going to let Abby kind of do her thing. Now, if Abby starts growling or barking or doing any of those things, what we would do is practice what I call flooding. We'd have the person lift up. There we go. Awesome. Took her a little bit of time, but she did it. Now bring it a little bit closer. And so what we're going to do is we're going to have, maybe step a little bit towards your bedroom. There we go. Have the person sit in this chair or whichever chair they want. And we're going to go ahead and have them pick up their foot, put the leash under their foot, and step on the foot. And the dog should be about 12 inches away from where it's stepped on, where it's attached to their collar. The person's not going to pet the dog, not going to talk to the dog, look at the dog, nada. We will wait until the dog sits or lays down. As soon as it sits or lays down, then he should take another treat and just kind of put it on the floor, just a little bit in front of the dog, but in between the dog and the person. So the dog has to come a little bit closer to the human. Now, if the dog won't get up, just put it so all the dog has to do is lean forward. We want the dog literally moving towards the human while good things happen. So we have the ability to do that with these treats, and the person should be sitting down before the dog is led towards those treats. And then eventually the dog's going to sit down next to the human, and treats are just going to fall from the sky, but the human's not going to try to pet. After a while, you're going to start seeing Abby is going to be a little bit more comfortable, and she's starting to go grab those treats right away and start sitting next to the person. Sometimes, she might even get to the point where she's jumping up on them, and then we can set up another session where we teach her not to do that behavior. But right now, we want to give her positive reinforcement and create a positive association with new people so that she associates them as a good thing and not something to be fearful of. So this is how we can use a little positive reinforcement to help a fearful dog like Abby learn that strangers are not the enemy.